Okay.
Charlie's conflict with the insane bodybuilder vegan Gaines would go down as...
Yeah, so calling me insane is not medically accurate. I think I still have the exam, actually. Let me see if I can find it. It might be on this computer. Yeah, here we go. So I was assessed by Dr. Julianne from the clinic to see if I had mental health issues. And diagnosis, I am unable to diagnose any mental health illness in Mr. Burgess. He has had some unusual perceptual experiences in the past and has a family history of schizophrenia. However, there are no indicates that he suffers from that disorder. So I had a psychiatric exam. I also had a brain scan, and they also did... It's an EEG. They basically looked at the electrical signals in my brain. They were not able to find any signs of mental illness. So I'm not mentally ill, you dumb f***. So calling me insane, you'd have to be insane to call me insane. Thanks.
one of the most tumultuous controversies in YouTube history. A mentally ill vegan who goes as
There was no controversy. Penguin Zero was being a hypocrite, and I proved he was a hypocrite.
Wow.
far as making fun of children with cancer.
I never made fun of children with cancer. That's an absolute outright lie. Why would I have made fun of this kid with cancer? I don't know them. As far, like, this kid is 7, apparently. I don't know what a 7-year-old could do to warrant me making fun of them for having cancer. What happened was, Eddie Hall was promoting a GoFundMe campaign or a fundraiser for this kid with cancer on his Facebook page. And the way he did it, it seemed as though he was exploiting this kid's circumstance to advance his own personal career on social media. I called him out for it, and I said that was kind of gross of him to do. And then f***ing morons like this interpreted that as I'm making fun of a kid with cancer. If anything, I was defending the kid with cancer.
So blah blah blah. Cancer is an almighty killer.
Right, and he's taking the clip out of context.
And I wish there was a cure for it. I, for one, will be supporting Team Lewis in the future and hope you guys will too. One day, cancer will be a thing of the past and the memory of Lewis will live.
Taking this out of context doesn't even make any sense. Like, how am I making fun of a kid with cancer with this? Like, even out of context, it's just, like, what is this?
On in the cure when it's found.
To wishing death upon Charlie.
Would literally jizz my pants if I heard a vegan ended the existence of Penguin Zero or
All the way to
Oh my god. Why would I, like, just give me a logical reason for why I'd have an interest in having Charlie live. Not only do I just personally not like the guy's murdering animals with his food choices. So coming from the perspective of believing that animals should have the same rights as human beings, and Charlie supporting a holocaust of animals, why would I have any interest in him living? As if that's an unreasonable f***ing position to hold. And threatening babies, like, again, it's the f***ing clip from like 10 years ago.
Babies.
And when I say babies in a stroller, especially when they're crying.
By the way, this video was meant as a joke. I don't want to kill babies. I don't like them. I think they're gross. I'm literally afraid of them. But this video was meant as a joke. I was giving reasons why not to... I made a video, like, top 10 reasons not to have children or something, or reasons why I'm never going to have kids. And I put this at the end as like a shock joke, and there was a comedic sting at the end where I edited in one of those error screens on like a television set to just show I was clearly joking here. People edited that part out to make it seem as though I'm being serious and it wasn't a joke. This guy is just full of shit. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna just challenge him to a debate. Thank you for lying about me constantly in this video. If you're interested, how about we debate the ethical principles of veganism, and we'll see who's crazy and or stupid. You can contact me through Instagram or through my business email to set something up.
I just want to put my foot through the and step on it until it's nothing but blood and pulp.
Speaking of stepping on something until it's nothing but blood and pulp on the pavement, if you have an issue with that, please explain to me how you justify eating animal products. Like, that's literally how certain animal products are f***ing made. Like, what do you think happens to baby chicks in the chicken, like in the egg laying industry? So, when you buy eggs, these egg laying hens are female. What do you think happens to the male chicks that can't lay eggs? Well, this is what happens to them. They become nothing but blood and pulp. They're thrown into a f***ing blender while they're fully conscious. So if you have a problem with me saying that, please explain to me how you can eat animal products, jackass.
On the f***ing pavement!
Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we'll be looking into the insane vegan...
You don't create documentaries, you create stupid bullshit lies and hit pieces, clearly.
YouTuber known as Vegan Gains.
You can't, like, a documentary, like, dude, you're a f***ing moron. You can't call yourself a journalist. If this guy was a journalist, he probably would have been able to find the mental health assessment of me online. Or, again, if he was doing proper journalism, he could have reached out to me and asked me about these things. You're not doing any kind of journalism. This isn't a documentary. A f***ing journalist would at least try to contact the subject of a f***ing video he's making. So, yeah, these aren't documentaries. These are just bullshit. You suck at your f***ing job.
As well as his catastrophic controversy with YouTube titan Penguin0, aka Moist Critical or Charlie. If you didn't just have a bout of nostalgia, you're asking yourself the question of who is Vegan Gains? Vegan Gains, real name Richard Burgers, rose to fame on YouTube by generating controversial and provocative content centered around
None of this is controversial. So, yeah, my Worst of the Fitness Industry on Brandon Carter, that was not controversial. I just talked about how his diet advice was shit. Tristan Lee natty or not? Yeah, he's probably not natty. Probably.
This beef, no pun intended, between you and Charlie was like over 2 years ago. Why is this guy making a video about it now?
Because he's a f***ing loser and he's running out of ideas. Like, I love how these same jackass like call me irrelevant and shit, and I've fallen off, and then the only idea they have for a video is just shitting on me and making it bullshit. Thanks for that donation though, Dutchie.
on veganism. Targeting meat eaters and other YouTube bodybuilders, he cultivated a reputation for his aggressive and confrontational style, quickly becoming a divisive figure in the YouTube landscape. By 2015, his notorious antics had garnered disdain from the broader YouTube community, although his following of more radicalized vegans continued to swell amidst the escalating drama. In late 2015, the world would witness some of the first signs of sociopathic symptoms, when Vegan Gains' grandfather would suffer and die from a heart attack right in front of his eyes. For an average person, this would be an extremely traumatizing event, but for Vegan Gains,
I don't know why that would necessarily be traumatizing. Dude, everybody dies. Everybody you know will die. Your parents will die. Your grandparents will die. You'll die. Your girlfriend will die. Your boyfriend will die. Everybody dies. Death is not traumatizing to most people. It's sad, but you'll get over it. It's not a traumatizing event. You need a fair bit more for something to be traumatizing. Okay, in a world where everyone and everything is guaranteed to die, how the f*** could that possibly be traumatizing?
this was an opportunity to take out his
And
camera.
again, who's responsible for more deaths? If death is a traumatizing thing, why do you eat meat? If death is that traumatizing, why do you support more death?
I just got back from the funeral thing that we had. It wasn't exactly a funeral, but a bunch of family got together and I was dragged to it. But anyway, I was planning on showing you guys footage of my grandfather actually having the heart attack.
Wow, I wasn't expecting a vid like that from Internet Anarchist, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised since he's a Penguins Zero Simp and an anarchist. I will unsubscribe. His low tier God and Adam 22 video was great, too.
When somebody makes stupid-ass claims like this, I really wonder if they're willing to push lies this far. Like, if this guy makes a documentary on Adam 22 or Low Tier God, like, I'm inclined to believe he's also lying about them too, just to make juicier content. But thanks for that donation, New.
As soon as the paramedics got to the house, I took out my camera and started filming. But a bunch of people in my family, my mom, my grandmother, uncles, shit like that, they threw a big fit about me showing that footage on YouTube. They're perfectly fine with eating foods that cause heart disease and make people actually die of heart attacks. But when it comes to actually showing people what happens when they eat these happened, it's obvious he was eating like absolute shit, ridiculous amounts of like red meat and pork and ice cream and shit like that. And you know, I knew a few months ago he didn't have long to live. I even told my mom, I think back in like February or March, like he's not gonna make it to the end of the year. And yeah, I called it.
By the way, I have a pretty good track record of predicting deaths. Like, I predicted Rich Piana's death. I think I also predicted Dallas McCarver's death. There have been a bunch of deaths that I've predicted pretty well.
Died because his diet was absolute shit.
One of the most notable controversies earlier in his journey was with the YouTuber Furious Pete, which was explained well by the Gamer of Mars, where he discussed Vegan Gains' interaction with Pete.
Gamer from Mars is a beta male. There is no controversy here. Furious Pete was making fun of the suffering and death of animals. So then when he announced he had cancer, I made fun of his suffering and death. So if Furious Pete can say, PETA, people for the ethical treatment, people eating tasty animals, and he has a cow getting stabbed with a fork and he's selling that as a t-shirt, why the f can't I do that to him? What's the controversy? If you're gonna throw shade at somebody, if you're gonna, like, you have to be able to take it. If you're gonna dish it out, you have to be able to take it. He couldn't take it. He's a pussy. No controversy here. Internet Anarchist, so you're watching. So I left a comment on your video challenging you to a debate to the ethical principles of veganism. If you think my ideas or beliefs are so stupid, then come debate me. New, donate $2. I can relate to your frustration against your family member. I don't like my mom. I hate this notion of family obligation where you're obligated to love and respect your parents even when they treat you like shit. That your feelings are valid. Yeah, totally. This idea that if you're like just related to somebody, you share the same genes, that you have to like love and respect them no matter what. It's just f***ing stupid. What do genes matter? I don't give a shit if I share the same genes with somebody. Thanks for that donation though, New.
Furious Pete is one of the biggest YouTubers in the genre of eating challenge videos. Along with this, Pete is also known to be very into fitness.
I'm not vegan, but I'm in favor of meat alternatives and reducing meat consumption when possible. Well, obviously you're not, because you could go vegan. So if you're in favor of not eating animal products when possible, it's possible for you to never eat them. So you're full of shit. You're not in favor of eating meat alternatives and reducing meat consumption when possible. You just want to say that because you have no argument.
With him often making videos about his workout routines. In August of 2015, though, he had some...
I live in Asia and meat alternatives aren't widely available? Dude, that is one of the most stupid f***ing things I've ever heard in my f***ing life. Asians have had meat substitutes for f***ing ever because of the prevalence of Buddhism. They were some of the first people to develop meat alternatives like seitan, tofu-based meat alternatives. They've had fake fish for a long time. What are you talking about? Meat alternatives are f***ing everywhere in Asia.
Hey Internet Anarchist. How much actual research did you do before making this video? Watching it is just like watching a vegan gains cringe compilation video with about as much context. It's really sloppy. Did you even watch one original source? Like one?
Yeah, it's bad. This is just a horrible, horrible video. And again, if this guy's gonna call himself like a journalist, basically, who makes documentaries, why the f wouldn't you try to reach out to the subject? It's just stupid. Thanks for that donation, Quest.
Bad news to reveal to his 3 million subscribers. When people in the comments...
Furious Pete getting cancer is not bad news. That guy pays for animals to get murdered. The sooner that guy gets cancer and dies, the better.
started to mention that it looked like he was losing weight, Pete decided to make this video. In it, he explains that he was fighting a second round of cancer, which was taking a toll on him physically and mentally. Now, this is where Vegan Gains enters the picture. Richard is a Canadian-born man in his 20s that is fully committed to the vegan lifestyle and runs a YouTube channel about it. Because of past altercations with Pete,
animals taste delicious. So, since animals can't consent to being tortured, murdered, abused, and chopped up in little pieces for meat, it's unethical. I don't care if it tastes good. So again, if you're gonna advocate for meat eating and say it's ethical, it's fine, then debate me. You're just a scared pussy.
Vegan Gains decided to make a video about the cancer and let his true feelings out loud and clear.
And it seems I was correct because Pete got cancer again. Oh, so sad. And before you all start calling me a sociopath as some sort of attempt to insult me, how about you consider the fact that Furious Pete makes fun of the suffering and death of the animals he eats on a daily basis. So I don't see why I should make a joke about his suffering and death. So who would like a, haha, you're gonna die of cancer t-shirt?
Again, how is this in any way controversial? Like, is this not spelled out pretty well and understandable? If this guy's gonna make fun of the suffering and death of animals, why can't I make fun of his suffering and death? What is controversial about this?
This would just make up of one of the many times that Vegan Gains would actively push out borderline sociopathic opinions.
How is that sociopathic? Oh, so it's not sociopathic to be like, haha, murdering innocent animals, oh, they taste good, I'm gonna make a shirt showing, like, somebody stabbing an animal with a fork, That's not sociopathic, but saying, wow, you're a piece of shit, haha, you're dying of cancer.
Comment. You're full of shit, Lul.
Okay, well, that's great. Thanks for the nation facts. Okay, this internet anarchist guy does not care about facts, does not care about logic, doesn't care about anything other than just making f***ing content that people are interested to watch. And he will make a video that he wants to go viral at the expense of accurate information. Internet anarchist only cares about views, not facts. Yeah, I agree. Stitching no fap. Thanks for the... Well, you didn't donate, but thanks.
And stances online.
There are some people that I really do love, and I think they're worth something, but the majority of the human race, I just have absolutely no respect for. So don't get on my bad side, make some vegan gains, and be nice to animals, or I'll kill you.
One of the many fitness YouTubers at Vegan
Yes, and I was clearly being 100% serious there, as you can see.
Gains would beef with was a creator known as Lex Fitness. Throughout the controversy, Lex Fitness would claim that Vegan Gains was a key.
Yep, and he made a veiled threat saying he was going to kick my ass if he sees me, and then he didn't.
Blood warrior and challenged him to confront him in person, which to Lex's surprise, he actually did.
Yeah.
By July, grade A under A.
That was great. That f***ing dude. he actually thought I was afraid of him. So funny.
A popular YouTuber at the time, would create 2 videos calling out and making fun of Vegan Gains, which would gain 1.6 million views and 4.8 million views respectively, ultimately massively boosting the awareness for Vegan Gains. For Vegan Gains, any attention was good attention, and he would make a video thanking grade A under A for sharing his content to millions of people.
A lot of you have been...
Did you know that Furious Pete literally has no balls since he had testicular cancer again? Lamau f***ing dumbass piece of shit.
Yeah, I know that. He made a video about it. Again, Since he's still eating animals, he hasn't gone vegan. Hopefully he gets cancer again and is gone from this earth. Why would I want an animal murderer alive? But thanks for the donation, Bendover. Dodo donated $2. I hope one of these big internet culture documentary channels makes a video like Vegan Gains, the most misunderstood lied about person on the internet, and they go through all these allegations and explain how it's all nonsense and dumb, like, how are you doing? Well, we all know that's not going to happen, but thanks for the donation, Dodo. So I didn't make a video thanking Grade A Under for the video. Basically, what really happened was people kept telling me, oh, make a video response, make a video response. I couldn't get through these videos. His voice was so f***ing annoying. I think I could only watch like about a minute, and I skipped through. And what I saw, he was just lying about me. So I didn't want to make a response because, like, for one, I couldn't watch these videos. They're too f***ing annoying to get through. He has the most annoying voice imaginable. And it's just a series of stupid lies. So since so many people asked me to make a video about it, I just uploaded this and I was like, thanks for the shout out, whatever.
Begging me to respond to Grade Under A, and some of you have gotten the idea that the reason I've been reluctant to do so is because of fear of embarrassment, but no, I just don't have a problem with someone giving me free advertising that is so effective it reaches over 3 million people. So let me do what I do best, which is feed off the popularity of others.
Say goodbye to your bad.
God, I still watch the video of you confronting Lex Fitness, seeing him in shock like you wouldn't actually show up, and now he has to look like the true cuck he is. Lol, I love it. One of the most epic VG moments.
Yeah, that was funny as f***. It was funny when that went viral and he got, it totally backfired on him, and then people were calling him a bitch. That was pretty funny. And then he made the video after he moved to another province, challenging me to a MMA match. Like, the guy threatened me and said if he'd see me in person, he'd kick my ass. He didn't. And then he moves to Quebec, and I think he was in like Montreal or something. And then he asked me to take like a 8-hour bus trip to come fight him when he already had an opportunity. Like, he's such a joke. Thanks for the donation though, Andrew.
Why want people to eat meat to literally die? Weren't you non-vegan a large portion of your life? I feel like if you were more like Mike, the vegan people wouldn't be mischaracterizing you and hating you as much, because if you hate them, they hate you back.
Yeah, so if you're going to violate the rights of others in such an egregious way where you're committing mass murder, you should be killed if you refuse to stop. So I stopped, but I don't know, if we were to go back 20 years or something, somebody told me to go vegan, I refused, then yeah, I should have been killed. There's no justification to murder animals, so yeah. Thanks for the donation though, Wizardly Rhino. Don't care if people like me or not, I just care about facts, reason, logic. If that makes people upset, that makes people upset.
And habits the delightful way with today's sponsor, Fume, the award-nominated device that's all the journey pack today. Head over to use code Internet Anarchist to save. In 2016, Vegan Gains would catch the attention of popular YouTuber at the time, Leafy is here, who would go on to create a video on him, further sharing his content.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. But me, Vegan Gains, a YouTuber that has 200,000 subscribers, a very proud and active animal rights supporter, one of the few inactive vegetarian bodybuilders, and last but definitely not least, a f***ing psychopath. This guy is f***ing nuts. Like, this motherfucker is f***ing insane. Like, this dude is most known on this entire website for, get this, alright? Threatening to f***ing kill people that decide not to only eat f***ing plants.
And you're going to die just like those animals.
This was a skit that I made where I was basically pretending to be a vegan version of Elliot Rodger.
On top of all that, he's also known for threatening people that don't like him to, get this, come and meet him somewhere so they can try to f***ing kill him. And I'm not talking about killing him in Call of Duty or something. I'm talking about real life. You get stabbed in the neck, you're done. It's over. It all started a few months ago when he uploaded a brand new video saying he was going to a vegetable club, and that if you didn't like him, you could actually come to that vegetable club and try to straight up battle him.
So it's a good opportunity to try and kill me, so if you think you have the f***ing guts, come to the f***ing Toronto Veg Fest.
I swear.
That was obviously a joke, so I guess if you're 10, maybe you wouldn't have picked up on that.
Swear to God, I am so f***ing done. This dude is literally threatening people to come and find him at a f***ing vegetable club so they can fight him. Like, dude, what is this guy's life? He's like a real life f***ing anime character.
Despite receiving a considerable amount of negative attention, Vegan Gains would continue to amass a large cult-like audience of radical vegans and people attracted to the drama he created. But all things must eventually come to an end, and by 2017, his long run of viral growth would come to a halt, as his channel went from amassing 7 million views per month in January of 2016 down to 1.8 million views per month in December of 2018. 1 year later, on the 27th of January...
That is normal. So you typically see, you know, a peak for a while and then you dip down a bit.
2019, the Vegan Gains channel would be terminated from YouTube, with a tweet reading, "Please help at YT Creators. I run an education..."
Lamau, it's hilarious seeing people using videos that were known scripts of you to try and make you look bad. Also just looked up Lex fitness height and yeah, he's only 5 feet 9 inches 180. So to the last guy, I'd love to see Lex try VG. Lol, VG wouldn't break sweat.
Yeah, that's the only ammunition they have against me. Things that are obvious jokes. So that's all they have to use. Thanks for that donation though, Andrew. Appreciate it.
I love my girlfriend. I'm gay.
Well, that's good to hear. Thanks for the donation, Non-Wib. Yeah, so everybody speculates on why my channel was deleted, and I've said why. So YouTube changed their terms of service where they basically wouldn't let you be funny. So some of the jokes I made with, I think one of the videos that ended up getting struck was a video I made about Christian Guzman, and I made a joke about him being natural because he acts like a beta male bitch and he like clearly has a domination fetish with women. YouTube gave me a strike on that video. They gave me another strike on a video where I called Ellen DeGeneres like a animal abusing cunt or something. And the reason why I got my channel back was because the third strike was a mistake. I made a live stream where I was talking about prisoners being forced to work in slaughterhouses and they were getting PTSD from the work they were doing. And I said, wow, this is like f***ed up shit. That's crazy. Some Indian guy who is like a paid YouTube moderator didn't understand the context. He thought I was promoting animal abuse, and he put a strike on the video, and I was able to work that out through a multi-channel network to get that video reinstated and get the strike taken away. So that's why I got my channel taken down.
Channel that focuses around plant-based nutrition, and I just had my channel terminated. I've tried my best to comply with YT guidelines, but apparently one of my older videos got flagged. I would appreciate help to resolve this issue. Despite the termination being short-lived, with this channel being reinstated a week later on the 7th of February, it would serve as a wake-up call for Vegan Gains, and from here on out, he would do his best to tone down the violent threats and sociopathic behavior on his streams and videos. Throughout 2019, Vegan
Chris Bumstead is 230 on stage.
Thanks for the nation facts. So I'm 250 in this photo. Apparently Chris is like 230 on stage. He's shorter than me. I think he's like 5'11", maybe 6 foot. I'm 6'3". So I definitely wouldn't look like this if I was at the same body weight. I would probably have to get down to maybe like 210, 215 or something to be as shredded as this, maybe even lighter. But yeah, like, I mean, if I went on gear, I probably could like at least have the same mass, like be roughly the same size as Chris Bumstead. But I don't think I'm going to do that anytime soon because I'm worried about steroids f***ing up my mental health. So I'm going to stay natty for the time being, but
for drama, and in turn, his channel would constantly lose thousands of subscribers each month. As 2020 rolled around, Vegan Gains was still losing subscribers and gradually fading into irrelevancy. That would be
subs don't mean anything. The subscriber thing, I think, was actually a glitch. It's either that or it's like gradual removal of bot accounts or something. The rate at which I was losing subs didn't make any sense, and even when I'd make videos that would go like pretty viral, get like close to 1 million views and shit, the more I uploaded, thanks for that donation, Oits. Yeah, so when I'd upload videos that would go like semi-viral, so like almost get 100,000 views, so, or sorry, 1 million views, so like 700K, I would lose more subscribers those days than compared to if I didn't upload. And I actually tested. I didn't upload any videos for almost a week, like 4 or 5 days. I didn't lose any subscribers. I gained. And then when I'd upload videos, I'd lose subs. So I think it's mostly due to a glitch that was happening.
Until he spotted a golden opportunity on the 27th of March, when YouTuber Penguin0, who we'll be referring to as Charlie, published a video exposing another creator for mistreating animals, in a video titled, "YouTuber Tortures and Eats Animals Alive." Throughout the video, Charlie would call out and challenge the disgusting behavior of a particular mukbang YouTuber known as So Young, who was creating live feeding videos on her channel.
Her name is So Young, and what she does on her channel is she buys sea creatures alive and then kills them in the slowest, most inhumane ways possible because she likes to watch them squirm around and put Facebook royalty-free music behind it as a joke. For example, with a squid in particular, she cuts the hood off and then sets the body down, and the body's still alive, the squid is still technically alive, and it's moving around trying to get the f*** away. She'll pour sauce on it and put some goofy music and make some stupid jokes about it. It's terrible stuff. She treats it like it's a Nick Jr. cartoon where she's making these like goofy sounds and goofy YouTuber faces like, that's kind of garbage.
I have no idea.
That's what she does as the creatures are clinging to the last ounce of life they have. And sometimes she doesn't bother to kill the creatures, like for octopus, she'll just eat them alive straight up. Now I know there's a lot of people that argue, are sea creatures even alive? Some of them don't have nervous systems, this and that. And yeah, there's a debate to be had there, I suppose, but the creatures she chooses to eat alive are the ones that are well documented in being very much aware and alive. For example, the octopus. Octopus are among the most intelligent creatures we have on the planet. They're up there with dolphins. They have a fully complex nervous system, brain, they have as many neurons as dogs do, and they process pain and information in much the same way a dog does. They're able to remember that kind of information as well. So how does she treat an octopus? Well, by devouring it alive as it tries its best to run the f*** away.
Yeah, she's a disgusting piece of shit. Hope she gets crushed by a car or killed in a tsunami or something. Why is the music so loud? Holy f***, dude.
Video was how she would
Alive is like eating a haunted.
Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna skip some of this shit.
my community, with comments stating, "The worst part of this is that octopuses are known to have very similar emotions to humans. The fact that the squid was still alive when she ripped off their head things, absolutely disgusting." As well as, "I think the most sinister part about this is that she acts like this is silly. She laughs and makes funny noises. She's acting like this is comedic. It's sick." Whilst it's safe, arch hypocrite, where throughout the video, he would criticize and call out Charlie for allegedly being a hypocrite, referencing a video that Charlie posted earlier that month titled, "I tried making sausages and it was a disaster."
But I was really sad to see that only a few weeks after Penguin made this video, he uploaded a video where he supported animal cruelty. He made a sausage making video.
So what is this, Charlie? Show them the
Using, I don't know why these clips are so extended, are in fact made out of animal. Name implies these sausage casings are made, but he's totally fine. Animals, in the meat industry.
Whilst Vegan Gains managed to compose himself considerably well throughout the video, many of his arguments would be irrational and
Arguments are irrational. Again, this is the same dumbass who's running away from a debate with me. So if my arguments are irrational, then he should be able to easily prove that in a debate, but he won't. So, there is no meaningful difference between what So Young is doing and what Charlie is doing. The animals that Charlie is eating are horribly abused, and they end up getting killed for his taste pleasure. So Young is just skipping a step, and she is abusing these animals and killing them herself. That's the only difference. So how the fuck is that irrational? Like this guy is an absolute moron.
Difficult to take seriously, such as when he claimed Charlie was worse than So Young simply because he eats meat.
I didn't say he was worse than So Young because he ate meat. I said in some ways you could consider Charlie being worse because he's promoting meat eating and making this a cultural norm, not bringing attention to how harmful it is. And because you're not seeing this on camera, because you're not seeing the animals getting like abused, tortured, and murdered, it's easy for him to promote that abuse. Whereas with So Young, more sensible people seeing this won't, again, adopt those sorts of behaviors and continue those sorts of behaviors. So in that way, he's worse than So Young. So who are you to criticize So Young for not killing these animals? By the way, this guy shows very unnecessarily extended clips for no reason, and then he mischaracterizes my argument, doesn't show the clip, and then skips forward. This guy is just a jack. Quickly and humanely when you can't even do that yourself. So you're just a complete hypocrite, and if anything, what you're doing is arguably worse because, again, you're paying someone else to do it. It's happening behind closed doors. Okay, at least you can keep getting away with this, you can keep doing this, and you don't have to suffer any social repercussions, financial repercussions. I'm sure eventually So Young's YouTube channel will end up being terminated for this sort of content, but you can keep doing this and just get away scot-free. So I also want to touch on this issue you brought up of humane killing. What is irrational with that statement? Like he said this was an irrational argument. What is irrational about that? This guy is like smooth-brained. There's no such thing as humane killing. There's no way to kill a sentient being nicely because murder is inherently cruel. It is inherently cruel to take away the life of a sentient being that has a will to live. If we were doing this sort of thing to family pets like dogs, if somebody shot a dog in their backyard, killed it instantly in one shot,
the video would be received extremely negatively, with it amassing over 30,000 dislikes.
The only reason people downvoted it is because they're Charlie fans who are dick riders. There's nothing bad about that video.
Compared to only a mere 4,000 likes.
Who cares?
Stating the amount of
what the matters?
punchability this man's face has is
okay, great. Oh my god, look at the comments who don't like me. Who cares? This video could have been like 10 minutes long. Who cares about the stupid comments?
Charlie, being an animal lover, took the accusations and opinions very seriously, but he would also go into depth on how Vegan Gains and his cult-like following are the reason that vegans get a bad reputation, and why most—
No. I get a bad reputation, and other vegans get a bad reputation because you're a lying moron who will, manipulate facts, change what I say, mischaracterize me, just argue in bad faith, make the most uncharitable assessments of the things I do and say. That's why people like me get a bad rap. It's not because anything I say is unreasonable. It's because you're the one being unreasonable.
Average people wouldn't even consider turning to veganism themselves.
I want to lead this conversation by saying I have nothing but respect for veganism as a whole, but it's people like Vegan Gains who are overly aggressive and the feral monsters in his comments.
Buddy, we just saw the clips from that video. Was I overly aggressive? Oh my god, I can't stand Charlie.
Section that really give vegans a bad rap.
By the way, speaking of overly aggressive, do you think slitting an animal's throat open is aggressive? Oh, wait, I'm paying somebody else to do it, so out of sight, out of mind.
And a negative reputation in the world. They vilify anyone who's not a vegan. They treat it like a cult.
It's not a cult. You are a villain if you're not vegan. I don't know how you could call slitting a sentient animal's throat open not an act of villainy.
Where you're a huge piece of shit, evil and wrong if you're not in their club.
Yeah, I would say if you are a Nazi, you're evil and wrong if you're Holocaust Jews, and I'd say the same thing if you're Holocaust animals.
Now, of course, I'm not talking about everyone who is a vegan. I am talking about this community that Vegan Gains has fostered here.
By the way, what does this have to do with the video I made? Nothing. Charlie does this deliberately. I don't think he's completely retarded. I think he knows exactly what he's doing. This is well poisoning bullshit. It's nothing but personal attacks. It has nothing to do with the video I made.
he himself. This is the worst way of ever getting anyone to convert to that belief. By constantly antagonizing them and throwing insults to anyone that is not already a vegan ensures that they will never take it seriously and always have a negative impression of—
Yeah, the f***ing jackass who complains about animal abuse, then eats sausages, is telling me how to be the best animal rights activist I can be, sure.
of your beliefs. They're like those protesters outside of Comic-Con.
Okay, blah, blah, blah.
This sentiment would serve to set the tone for the rest of the video, as Charlie respectfully dismantled all of Vegan Gain's arguments.
He didn't dismantle my argument, he made stupid f***ing excuses.
And I think that sucks because I truly believe meat substitutes are the future. 100%. It's much more sustainable. There's so many benefits to meat.
That is not an argument against what I said. This is getting boring, dude.
I work at a vegan bakery and a customer today said most vegans aren't actually vegan because they play video games and kill animals in video games like Red Dead 2.
Yeah, so that's a video game, not real life. So you are still vegan if you play Red Dead Redemption. Thanks for the donation, fool.
Substitutes, and that it is just a significantly better, cheaper, and just all-around better market, but it's more about getting people to accept that that could be the future. But you have people like Vegan Gains being the face of it, and no one takes it seriously.
That is a personal attack and well poisoning. That is not an argument against anything I said.
Seriously, and they get this.
Apparently, this dismantles my argument. Oh, I don't like Vegan Gains. He's mean. Apparently, that dismantled my argument.
Really bad taste in their mouth.
Later in the video, Charlie addresses the allegations that his actions are comparable to those of So Young, presenting a thoughtful counter-argument.
So this one here, I am just as bad, if not worse, than So Young because I'm paying someone to do what she does on camera. But that's not it either. Like, you're totally wrong. I'm not paying someone to torture animals. What people who—
Yeah, so this is, like, I don't know if semantics is the right type of word, but I acknowledge that he's not paying somebody to torture animals, but as a result of him paying somebody to kill animals, these animals are being tortured and killed. It doesn't matter what you're paying them for. Like, So Young isn't making her videos to torture animals. She's making her videos to be entertaining and make money off of them. That doesn't change the fact that the result is animals are getting tortured. How... I'm like losing patience with this. It's just the most brain rot horseshit. Don't keep track of things like that. Lol, donate $2. Don't play this on stream, but this is what he looks like. Apparently, you don't have to watch the whole thing. Who? Anarchist?
Yes.
Oh. I'm gonna play this on stream. So apparently this is the Internet Anarchist. This is the guy arguing against veganism. Right. Okay. Thanks for that donation. Lol.
I think people quickly forgets what physical pains feels like. If they would imagine what it would feel like to have their skull crushed, hearing the bones cracking as they're being grinded to death by a machine, to be oozed into a slab for a fat ass.
Yep. If it's not happening to them and they don't see it happening, they just don't care. Hamburgers taste good. That's what's going on in the brain. Thanks for that donation, Mac Lionheart.
Who eat meat are under the impression of they're paying someone to humanely provide that food for them, given the circumstances, as humane as it can possibly be. If I found out the place I'm getting my meat from has a YouTube channel where they're finger blasting cow carcasses and using chicken corpses as baseball bats, I'll stop by.
Yeah, so we've seen all this shit
being
before.
nicely, because murder is inherently cruel. It is inherently cruel.
This is a point I see brought up throughout all of veganism, that no matter how an animal is killed, no matter how humane it's deemed, it is inherently evil and wrong. But I have to ask, then does that make every animal in the animal kingdom inherently evil because the—
Well, an act of evil is different than, like, a wrongdoing. Like, you would assume an act of evil is something that's done for the purpose of evil, or the purpose of doing something wrong. Whereas something can be, like, something can be wrong, or f***ed up, but it's not done for the purpose of evil, so that's a weird word choice. But yes, it's wrong for animals in the wild to kill other animals.
vast majority of animals out there eat other—
So because animals kill other animals, I can kill and eat animals. Okay, well, animals rape each other. Does that make it okay for you to commit rape? Like, this is just f***ing stupid. I'm gonna skip ahead.
meat eaters, you're ensuring that
Audience, with one comment putting it well. Moral of the story, vegans give vegans a—
That's not an argument.
You're an idiot. They were talking about how they... No. So if the law...
Finally end with Vegan Gains responding to Charlie's comments about him losing subs and being unlike Charlie, such as, bro,
eat some user.
Yeah, the rest of this is just not interesting. Well, that was one of the dumbest videos I've ever seen made about me. That was just full-on retardation. Beyond stupid. Did he delete my f***ing comment? I think it either got filtered or my comment's gone. Yeah, either he deleted it or my comment just got filtered. I don't know why it would be. But yeah, so apparently I'm wrong about, you know, the whole Charlie situation because he says I'm angry and mean and animals eat other animals, so there. Checkmate, vegans. Internet Anarchist is smooth-brained. Literally smooth-brained.